In this video, I'm gonna share with you how to shoot at a beach and how to experiment while you are on site, and especially now while you are at the beach. So I'm in Camargue here in south of France, and the conditions right now are really amazing. You can probably see the sun setting like behind me. It's now like hidden behind the clouds, but it's gonna be soon going down there, and we're gonna be seeing it appearing. So it's gonna be amazing conditions. At least I'm really hoping for it. Had like amazing time here. I went to shoot horses. Didn't do videos because that was like a very proactive, and like you don't really have time to record video when you're doing this kind of stuff. And thanks for the team who accompanied me and allowed me to do this. So what we're gonna do here, it's fairly simple in the end. We're gonna try to stay like minimalist. I'm in a minimalist environment, so that's the best we can do here. And we're gonna experiment a lot. We're gonna try to find composition that are really pleasing to the eyes, and yeah, looking for something a little bit experimental, maybe playing with filters and stuff like that. So I'm gonna walk around this beach and looking at the sun, looking on the other side, and see what good can I do. So just for you to know, I don't really know the place, so it's very new to me, and I'm like really trying stuff around, but I can see like various stuff that can be really interesting. So let's get going, and hopefully you enjoy that. What I'm doing here is actually fairly simple and very minimalist, as I mentioned in the introduction of this video. So I'm now recording with this camera, so you can probably see it here. And what I'm trying to do is to play with the shapes that are like right in front of the beach, and where there used to be a bit of water earlier today, and the sea withdrew a little bit. So it created this kind of shapes that I try to really value by not putting myself too low on the beach, staying a little bit up so that I really see them, having the beach on the background which is highlighted, and on the of course on the I mean that was the middle ground, and on the background of the sky with the beautiful sun. So really amazing. And on the very foreground, I really try to have a little bit of a cut, if I can say, where basically we have the beach and the sand without any shapes, so that it really makes something very linear, very minimalist, and then we go into the shapes and the structures of the picture, and that creates kind of layers and something very simple and very easy to watch, and actually quite pleasing. I'm fairly happy about that. So yeah, it's really cool. I really hope you hear me well, because there is a bit of wind and I'm really put myself back to the wind, but hopefully you can still hear me well. So yeah, I'm gonna try now, I think, to use a filter, because I guess there will be like something really interesting to do with the water, and I'm gonna try, I guess, 2 types of filter. So yeah, I'm gonna try to mount this on and talk to you about it in a minute. So I'm actually back to the same spot, at least for the recording, and I didn't move at all the camera, and that's really interesting what happened now that I put this filter. So it's a ND64 filter, which means that this is a 6 stops filter, so you get the light by 6 stops, and that really slows down the picture. I'm now at 4 seconds, and what it does is really nice, because since the wind is really blowing towards me, then the sea that you can see right in front of me is like creating some movement. So you get like the long exposure effect with like some movement from the sea, and that really creates an amazing dynamics that I really enjoy watching now. It's really amazing, really cool. Kind of surprised and really amazed by it, and I guess I'm gonna try afterwards. I have an ND 1000, which means that it cuts the light by 10 stops, so I might get like much flatter light in general, and that's gonna be great too. I don't know if you can see on the back, but now the light is appearing, and oh my god, that looks like really gorgeous. So I'm gonna try to enjoy this. And I'm gonna show you right now the pictures I took, and so that you can compare and see a little bit what you prefer. And let me know in the comment section which one do you prefer from these pictures, and maybe why as well, because always interesting to know. Conditions are really amazing, and you can't really see it here where I am, a little bit of shadow like on my side, but what I'm gonna record now with this camera is just amazing. I mean, you must be able to see it here. So I found a spot where basically you see this kind of a chaotic sky on the top, and the grass on the foreground is highlighted by the sunlight, which is slowly moving down. It's really amazing. I mean, I'm really speeding up as well because conditions are moving very quick, and I really need to make sure I take all the pictures I want. And there is another spot I want to go afterwards where I can share with you what is happening. But trust me, like having the grass in the front, then on the background the other grass with a bit of the sea. I'm not sure if it's a sea or lake actually, but well, that makes it as a middle ground. And on the background, right at the end there is like a small tiny mountain, but it really makes it up with a beautiful sky, highlighted sky, like really amazing conditions. Having a lot of fun here. I'm gonna move to another spot I saw earlier, and hopefully you can make a good shot over there. All right, speak to you in a little bit. And if you guys like my content and like this video in particular, then feel free to give me a thumbs up. That would be really amazing. And again, if you like my videos and you like the content I'm creating for you, what I'm teaching you, what I'm sharing with you, then feel free to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button below, or on right in the corner here there is a small logo you can click on. That would be really amazing, really supportive, and that really helps me moving on with my YouTube videos and with my video creation. So thank you for that. Hi, good morning everyone. So yesterday I had to let the video go because there was too much happening, and I could unfortunately not continue because I really wanted to take pictures, and since you guys saw like the conditions were amazing, I hadn't had time to do it, so I'm so sorry for that. I really cut short the video. I didn't really explain too much about what I was doing because things were unfolding very quickly and really amazingly. But I am here this morning. I'm still at the same location, and as you can see, the sky behind me, it's still amazing. And I'm now taking an amazing picture that I'm gonna show you very quickly. So here I'm recording with the video. So there are like those wooden pieces right in front of me that I'm using as a foreground and somewhat leading line. You must be able to see the video here. And so I'm using them as a leading line here, and as a foreground. And the only element actually that makes this picture is really the sky, because the sky here is really beautiful, very colorful. And so I'm really catching both of them. And by having them, that makes a very minimalist scene and something very complete at the same time. And really without the sky, that would be like totally different, something really not so amazing in the end. So just as an information, I am now using my my wide angle, my XF 10 to 24 millimeters. I'm at about 14 millimeters now, and the idea is to be able to catch the sky entirely, because if I take something longer like my 18 to 55 millimeters, then I would not be able to catch the sky that much. I would not have that much of the foreground, or I would have to move backward, and things would look a little bit too compressed, and that's not what I want. I want to still keep the greatness of the sky. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna move now and show you a little more once I'm a bit further. That's really fantastic. I'm not sure if you can see on my back. I guess you can, like what's happening here. Yeah, basically I found this pound of water here, and it really looks really great. I'm actually stopping the video because the colors are slowly disappearing, and I really want to catch this. So I mean, you see what's happening in action when things are unfolding very quickly. It's really difficult to keep up, to keep going with the video while you see like beautiful colors and beautiful stuff happening. So I'm taking the picture in both ways, in portrait and landscape orientation, because the reflection is just perfect. So I basically like can catch the both of them, and it makes like interesting reflection. I think the last time I saw something that was like reflecting so well and so interestingly was in the Uyuni Sala in Bolivia. So it was like really something different, and but the feeling is the same now. So let me record now that I took my pictures. All right, straighten the camera, and there is the sun rising right on the left. So I'm gonna stop again. I mean, you already see now like live action what's happening when a photographer is really taking his pictures. And I'm so sorry for that, but I guess you see the scene unfolding. And you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna move you so that you guys can see a bit what's happening here. I'm gonna put a bit so that you can enjoy and pretty much see the scene as I see it, just a little bit further away. So now I'm good. So there is the sun rising right here. You most probably see it. It's going to be blowing up a little bit the highlight in the camera, which is okay. And me, I am like very close to the pound of water so that I can capture the reflection up and down. There is like the middle line, which is those wooden sticks here that are like planted into the sand. So it's really great. I'm shooting wide angle. I think afterwards I will try to shoot a little bit less wide angle in order to get more of the wooden sticks. But for this, I will need to move a little bit on the right hand side, because I can be a little bit closer, and there is like a little bit more parts that are like how to say, like calmer, because there is a little bit of wind which is moving the water, and over there some parts don't move that much. So I'm gonna do this, but just so for you to understand a little bit what's going on here and what I try to look at and how I try to be creative when I'm in this kind of situation. So I found my spot. I mean, now the sun is a little strong, but I'm still gonna show you what's going on in my scene with my camera, because I was taking the pictures before so that I can somehow record relaxedly. So basically I do have, so I'm gonna place myself like this. I do have here, as you can see on the video here, the wooden pieces here that are like really aligned and are like really right in front of me, obviously. And what I try to do is like really place the sun in the middle here of those two wooden sticks. So just earlier it was really in the middle. You're gonna see on the picture right after. And I wanted to catch the reflection that kind of make something beautiful. That's a picture I could possibly make as a panorama or keep it as such, and really like look for something minimalist in this picture. Keep it simple, not something too complicated, not a crazy composition, and something very simple that I can really capture as such. So overall I think it works. It's maybe not the best picture of the morning, of course, because just before I had amazing light, but it really works. And I think I'm gonna try to still play with those wooden sticks here and try to catch them in a slightly different way. I'm gonna try to find some angle on the right hand side behind me, and in order to have like some perspective over them. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna look towards the sea or if I'm gonna look on the other side. I want to have the side coming from the light, sorry, coming from the side, and trying to play with this. And I'm gonna do this now before the light is too strong, because it's really rising quickly at this time of the day, and especially at this time of the year, like beginning of May 2024. Yeah, I finally found my spot, and it's really cool. I mean, it's not like once again like a picture of the year, but it's really cool. It's kind of classic, something you see once in a while in decoration shops or stuff like that, or you can see even in IKEA or whatever. Basically, so I'm recording with this camera, and you can see it a little bit here. I'm playing with those wooden sticks here. So the idea is to really be low, so that I give them a feeling of greatness and of also perspective. So the perspective works great. The feeling of greatness works well too, because I'm close to the ground, and this is really an angle we're not used to see this type of things. It's almost like a child vision. So what you see here is like, so as I said, the wooden sticks that are here, like quite big, so I'm like about half the size with the camera, and they create like really a perspective all along the way there, like until the end. And it's actually perfect, because there are like some few campers parked totally at the end of the line, but at that height we definitely can't see them, so that's hiding them without having to retouch anything on that end. The only thing a little bit annoying, although it brings some life into the picture, it really depends on every one of us. There are like some footsteps, I'm sure you can see them here, and I mean, it depends what you want. There will be one line of footsteps that will be really great. In this case, there are like quite a bit, so it looks a little bit messy. So I will see if I can clean them up or not, or if I keep them as such. I really will decide at the end of my processing, and see if it really works for me or no. And one thing which was important for me as well in this picture is here to play with the shadows, and to have the shadow line of the wood, which was something important. I wanted, it gives a little bit more dynamic, it brings a little bit of complexity into the picture, in my opinion. And so although it's all simple, it still brings complexity, and that's what I really wanted to achieve here. I guess I achieved what I wanted, which is really great. So yeah, really something interesting to do. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this morning, because now the sun is already getting much stronger. All right, that's pretty much it for this video. I think it was a really interesting video in general. I tried to really show you a lot of things yesterday evening with a beautiful light, with the filters, what you can do, some creativity. Some parts that I didn't record to manage well, unfortunately, because the weather was really too good. It was like conditions were really amazing, and I could not let this go right in front of me. So that's really I mean, that's really a shame for you. And in the meantime, I produced like, I think, really amazing pictures. So yeah, that's how it is. Sometimes you can't really control it. And when it's the first time you're at a place, like now it's the first time I'm here, and you get those conditions, then you want to maximize your time. So sorry for that. Again, I guess everybody will understand me, right? And now this morning, like something a little different, of course, softer light from the morning, a little bit calmer atmosphere in general, and trying to do some minimalism playing with some few elements like human-made elements that still fits extremely well in the frame, still trying to be a little bit creative with the water pound. So I think that was like really helpful again this morning. That was like really interesting session, even for me. Like pictures I took, I think were really satisfying and really convincing, and playing in the end something a little more traditional, a little more, I would say, basic somehow, something that you see a little bit everywhere, but you know, it's nice to do as well. I mean, something I really enjoy. As long as I produce images that I really enjoy, and as long as you produce images that you enjoy looking at and you enjoy doing, then it's everything all right. There is no right or wrong in this discipline. That's the beauty of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this video, because I'm talking a lot, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. And with that, I wish you good luck with your photography, and see you next week for new adventures.